Hey.
Hey.
You, I need a cocoa. Straight up and just keep the cocos flowing.
Drowning your sorrows, huh?
Yeah, you know what it is? People just don't care about truth anymore, do they?
Not from where I'm standing.
Oh, you know, I still can't get over this. I can't believe people would actually think that I would do anything to exploit children. I love children, you know that. And besides, I named my whole clothing line after a child, for goodness sake.
You know, people believe almost anything, Lucy. They believed I took my brother's DEA number to get drugs.
But you didn't, did you?
Absolutely not.
Right, but they didn't believe you, did they?
If they had, I'd be working as a paramedic instead of waiting tables.
Oh, I'm sorry, that is rotten. But you know, good thing for me, I still get to host the nurses' ball this year. At least some people over there still have faith in me.
You find out who your friends are, don't you?
You can say that again. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Frank.
Courtney, what's cooking?
It's not what's cooking, Frank. It's what's gone.
I give up. What's gone?
The money.
The money?
I went to the bank to withdraw the money from the account, but it wasn't there. Somebody's ripped us off, Frank.
Fortune telling machine. Okay. All right. A mysterious, dark-eyed woman holds the key.
Home at last.
Yep.
How was your shift?
It was all night.
I missed you.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm missable.
Well, we haven't seen each other since...
Since I blew up at you for asking me about DV.
That's right.
Kevin, I've been doing a lot of thinking.
So have I.
If you can't get past my not telling you everything about DV and me, then I think I should move out.
How in the hell could the money be gone?
Chris Ramsey.
Chris is slimy, but even he couldn't slither his way into Marcia Cooper's bank account.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah, but that's...
Listen to me. He had a PI snooping in my business. Plus, he tried to drag me into the Port Charles National Bank where I would be recognized as Marcia Cooper.
Possible.
And then this morning, when I went to withdraw the money, guess who was there in front of the bank?
Chris.
Mm-hmm. I had to go to breakfast with him. He was carrying a very large briefcase. 3 guesses what was in it.
Our money.
And he knows we can't go to the police, so he's probably laughing his head off as we speak. God, I hate him.
Wait a second. When I visited Julie, she said that Chris had been to see her. She probably told him about the money.
And then he tracked it to us.
Oh, doesn't he ever have enough?
We can't let him get away with this.
All right, well, we better not get into it here. Hey, can you cover for me? I've got an emergency.
Yeah, no problem.
Get out of here.
Okay, the one who says nothing is the one who has the most to tell. The one who says nothing. I don't know anybody that says nothing. Okay, look for the woman behind the man, especially your man. A message about the future will come from a woman with a past. It's gotta be Eve. The answer to all my problems with DV lies with Eve.
Look, sharing is not my strong suit.
Well, it's not a requirement for staying here
but
either.
you want me to. And I'm not used to sharing all. I need to keep a part of all to myself. Maybe it's the way I grew up, and maybe that's just me.
But just you is just fine.
I'm a loner. I always have been. And yeah, I have gotten close to a few people here in Port Charles, but that wasn't by choice. It just happened that way.
And you regret that?
No. No. But I'm just not used to living with someone that I'm involved with. Okay? I don't know if I'm ready to deal with that yet. I think we see too much of each other. A girl needs to keep a little mystery to herself.
All this because we had a little fight yesterday?
Well, that's what started me thinking about our living arrangements.
Look, Eve, the conflict you feel about being a private person yet wanting to connect with others, I know what that is. I felt that conflict.
Yeah. My situation is different. Don't ask me how, just trust me, it is.
Well, whatever it is, it's your business. Eve, I want you to feel comfortable here. You deserve your privacy, and I want to respect that. Fine. I asked one too many questions about DV. My mistake. I apologize.
You're wanting to ask me questions about DV and my past stem from your desire to help Lucy. Wait a minute.
Eve.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You and Lucy have a very special bond. I'm fine with that. I really am.
But?
You've got to give me the benefit of the doubt here, and trust me that if I had any information that would be helpful to Scott and Lucy, I would pass it on.
I believe you.
Good. Then respect my judgment call on this. My past with DV needs to stay in the past.
Judgment call, respected. So does this mean that you'll reconsider staying?
Is it because you believe DV is a threat to me?
Because I want you to.
Hey, you.
I just left Lee over at the hospital, then I saw your car, and I wanted to tell you that I found out that DV's going to be back from his factory tour soon. He's going to be staying in his apartment in New York.
That is so good. I can't wait to give him a piece of my mind.
Well, I'd like to give him a piece of my fist.
No, listen, before you do that, I want you just to listen to something, okay? I think I'm really onto something here. Okay, you ready? A mysterious, dark-eyed woman holds the key. Just listen. The one who says nothing is the one who has the most to tell. And a message about the future will come from a woman with a past. Don't you see? Don't you see?
No, I don't.
Ah, look at this. These all point to Eve. Didn't you listen? Listen, a mysterious dark-eyed woman. Eve, the one who says nothing. Look, Eve hasn't really told us anything, has she? Come on, Scott, look for the woman behind the man. DV. A message about the future comes from a woman with a past. Eve has a past. It's all Eve, Eve, Eve.
You put vodka in your cocoa? You're jumping to conclusions.
No, Scott, I'm not. Please, just bear with me here. Okay, you remember how everything seemed so positive with the Serena line? From the beginning, it was good. It was a little bizarre that it was going so well, but it still was good. Look, the dress came to us in kind of an odd way, and the dress pattern, and then there's the fact that Sebastian and Ellen got together because of the dress.
What does this have to do with Eve?
Well, then DV shows up, and it all goes haywire. The sprinkler system ruins the dresses, and then this horrible mess, the child labor thing. Come on.
Listen, I just don't see how it still gets to Eve.
Okay, wait. Haven't we been racking our brains trying to figure out why? Why would I see DV's face in that crystal ball? What is the connection there?
Yeah, I don't know.
The connection is Eve. I think our connection to DV is something that happened between Eve and DV.
Come on, now, don't spin out here. They're like fortune cookies. You know, fortune cookies, you get the little fortune, says look to the past, look to the future, look to get a new haircut. It doesn't mean anything. You're making things up here.
Listen, these are not just general like that. These happen to be very, very specific.
Yes, but we know that Eve has told us everything she knows.
I think that Eve is holding something back.
Well, then if she is, it's none of our business.
It sure the heck is our business. This means the success or not of my company. Come on.
Oh, come on, Lucy.
Okay, look. This machine was put here by some higher powers. It was.
What are you talking about? You got those out of that machine with that dummy lady over there.
Well, you know, who do you think put that dummy lady in here? Who do you think gave me these very specific messages at this specific time in my life when I walked in here to solve a very specific problem?
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with anything. You're
fine. Then I'm out of here. I gotta go. I'm going to go see Eve, and I'm going to find out what she's hiding.
Oh, wait a minute. But you're not going to go off half-cocked and try to interrogate Eve again.
I will not go and stick bamboo shoots under her fingernails or bring brass knuckles. I just want to squeeze that little pea brain of hers and get to the truth.
Okay, well, then I'm going to go with you.
No, you're not. You don't have to. You don't.
Because if Eve is hiding anything or knows anything, who do you think she's going to be more responsive to? You or me?
Feel better?
Well, there's nothing like a nice hot shower to clear the cobwebs away.
I'll remember that if I ever go back into practice full time.
I had a couple of realizations hit me while I was in the shower waiting for the room to steam up.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me.
Never make any life decisions after you've pulled an all-nighter.
And the second?
You're quite a special guy. I mean, if I can tell you basically to mind your own business, and you basically tell me, fine.
Ah,
So does this mean you'll be sticking around for a while?
Well, you know, how could I throw away a perfectly good roommate?
No, well, you're not such a bad roommate yourself, you know.
How so?
Well, you don't leave your things laying around where I trip over them. You don't blare music that I hate, and you smell great. You know, I just had a realization on my own.
You did?
Hmm.
Well, should I ask you about it, or should I mind my own business?
No, I'll share it with you. You realize, technically, we just had our first fight. So technically, that means we can make up.
Oh, making up. Now that has a really nice ring to it.
Hold the thought. Hello?
Kevin, it's Scott. Can Lucy and I drop by?
You mean now?
Yeah, we just want to ask Eve a couple more questions about DV.
Hold on a minute. It's Scott. He and Lucy would like to come by and ask you a few more questions about you-know-who.
Swell.
Do you know what I hate more than losing the money?
Chris,
That he won up to me.
how do you think I feel? First, he screws me out of the deal with Lance, but that wasn't enough for Golden Boy. Now he needs Julie's money as well?
You think you hate him? No. As of today, I am officially ahead of you in the hate Chris department.
Which is not easy.
You know what? We're not going to let him get away with this. We got to get that money back.
If he's on to us, we have more to worry about than Julie's money. It's time to call off this whole operation and clear out of this apartment ASAP.
No, Frank.
What choice do we have, Courtney?
I don't know, but we can't quit now, Frank. We are so close to breaking up Joe and Karen.
This is a no-brainer, sweetheart. It's gotten too dangerous.
No, Frank, there has got to be another way. Please, I am begging you, we can't give up.
Let's face it. I can't get Chris's money. You can't get Joe. It's over, Courtney.
He was blurry at first. Blurry? In my crystal ball, I saw this vision, but it was hazy, and then all of a sudden it got clearer and clearer. Pretty soon it became crystal clear, and it was DV. It was his face, but it was like some sort of warning coming to me. I just couldn't figure out why. There was absolutely no explanation. But today, I got another message. It happened at the recovery room from the fortune-telling machine there. The message pointed toward you, Eve. Toward understanding why DV came into our lives.
Lucy thinks that you know why.
I've already told you guys everything that I think could help.
Can we ask you some specifics?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a seat. Eve,
How long ago did you start dating DV?
Well, I met him right after I started the escort service, before med school.
How long did it last?
I don't remember.
Was it months? Years?
All right, fine. It was probably a few months.
Why did it stop?
Because I didn't like the way he started treating me.
What do you mean? Was he, smacking you around or something?
No, he wasn't smacking me around. I just found out that the rumors I had heard about DV were true. That he would do anything to get what he wanted.
So then that was just the end of it.
I tried to get away, but I couldn't. DV took all my money that I had saved for my sister.
So then what did you do?
So then, after I saved up enough money again, I told DV that I was going away for the weekend. And instead I moved to Minnesota and started med school.
Can you remember anything else?
Nope. That's it. The end.
Eve? Are you sure?
She said the end. She means the end.
I'm sorry, Eve. I know my instinct is telling me you are holding something back, something very important that could help us, really help us.
You know what, Lucy? Your instincts can take a flying leap. I am not interested in strolling down memory lane to appease your feelings.
Listen, Eve, if it looks like we're
Prying? Try the third degree, okay, Scott? I warned you. I warned you not to go into business with DV. You did not listen to me.
we're listening now.
You are not hearing me. I have already told you everything you need to know about DV. I am not going to dredge up my lousy past again, so forget it.
I am going to think of something really horrible to do to him.
Ramsey deserves the worst, but right now we need to concentrate on getting out of here.
And to think that I actually slept with that.
Yeah,
Ugh.
pretty scary. Do you have an extra bag or something? I need something to put all this in.
Oh, what?
All of, this. April Fools.
April Fools? April Fools? That was yesterday, you fool!
Well, if I would have done it yesterday, you would have been on to me.
So you...
I withdrew the money myself.
How?
Oh, I'm getting to be an expert at this wire transferring thing. Not even a raised eyebrow.
You mean...
We stayed one step ahead of Mr. Ramsey. Oh, if you could have seen the look on your face.
Frank, I'm gonna kill you!
All right. Look, wait, will this help you forgive me?
You scared me to death!
Oh, come on, Courtney, can't you take a joke?
It's not funny!
Oh, even just a little bit.
You're a devil.
You wanted an angel?
No. Keep your horns. Somebody has hell to pay.
DV here.
DV, it's Eve.
Who?
Eve.
Well, you kept my number. I'm flattered.
Cut the crap, DV. I need to ask you one thing.
At your service.
Are you trying to hurt Scott and Lucy because of me?
Interesting theory.
I need to see you.
Wow, nice. Aren't you full of surprises?
Oh, bull. You know you're not surprised.
I am too. The last time we bumped into each other, you acted as though you couldn't stand the sight of me.
When can we meet?
Anytime you say.
So, how soon can you meet me down at the Port Charles Grill?
As soon as you get your gorgeous self down here.
I'll be there in 20 minutes.
why don't you put on that red dress you used to wear? You know the one I mean.
Oh, right. Yeah, the red dress. I burned that a long time ago. This isn't that kind of meeting, DB.
AV. It's always that kind of a meeting when it's between you and me. What a pistol.
Eve?
Hey.
Who's on the phone?
No one. Wrong number.
Oh, you know what I think we should do?
What?
I think we should go down to the Outback and try and talk my friend Mac into buying us lunch.
Oh, that sounds great. But I can't. I have to get to work, so I'm just going to grab something on the way.
I thought you weren't due until 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I know, but I have a ton of case reports that I have to catch up on, so I'll hurry.
I'll miss you too.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Okay.
Hello?
Kevin, it's Julie.
Julie, hello.
I have to see you as soon as possible.
Julie, you realize that I'm not your doctor anymore.
Will you come anyway? I don't trust anyone here. They don't know me like you do. Please, Kevin.
Of course I'll come.
Today? Now?
If you want.
I do, please.
I'm on my way.
Thank you. One way or another, Kevin will help us.
Bordizzo's back in town? Where's he staying, Jerry? Port Charles Hotel? Good. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm pay him a little visit. Goodbye.
I was about to knock.
I haven't got time for a visit.
This isn't a social call, Scott. We got trouble. You're not going anywhere.
I don't know what the problem is, Lee, but it's just going to have to wait.
Look, the problem is that you haven't completed the community service required for your obstruction of justice conviction.
Well, all right, listen, I'll have to do it some other time because I have more important things to tend to right now.
Oh, something more important than maintaining your ability to practice law? More important than staying out of jail so you can raise your daughter?
It's not going to come to that.
Well, it might, because I got a call from the coordinator of the Bridge Community Youth Center. She tells me that you have canceled your last two legal aid seminars with the parent group.
So she called my father?
No, she called your community service supervisor, and that's me.
Well, listen, I'll just reschedule.
When?
When I clean up this mess that Bordizzo has gotten Lucy and me into.
Scott, that isn't good enough.
Well, it's going to have to be.
Uh-oh, somebody's had a bad day.
Hi, Grandpa.
Hi, honey.
I hate Barbara Balcom.
Wait a second. What's happened?
She told the kids at school that the Serena dress is made by cheaters. And then everybody started laughing at me. Why did you have to call that stupid dress Serena anyway?
Well, shh. I'll tell you why. Because you're magical. And I thought some of that magic would come into our dresses. And it did. But what happened is somebody started telling lies. But these lies are going to stop. And everything will be fine.
How do you know?
Because I'm going to take care of it.
You will.
I promise.
Well, you know what? I'm going to call me and we're going to make up our own chant about Barbara Balcom.
Let me tell you something. You can't fight a bully by being a bully. You just got to stay your sweet little self. And this will all blow away, okay? Okay? All right. You want me to make you some chipped beef on toast?
No, thanks. I can do it.
Do you see why I have to take care of Bordizzo? Because he has not only ruined my life, he's messing with my family, so he's got to think twice before he ever does it again.
Now, how are you going to do that?
Whatever it takes.
Not even going to take your own advice, huh?
What advice?
You can't fight a bully by becoming a bully.
Oh, that's playground stuff. We're talking about the fashion business.
Scott, how are you going to do anything to Bordiso from inside a jail?
Oh, come on.
Now, look, I know the judge who sentenced you very well. And if you don't finish your community service before the end of this month, he won't hesitate throwing you behind bars, and it won't be for a week. It'll be a year.
I haven't even seen Julie since she was transferred here, but she phoned me insisting that she had to see me. Has something happened?
Not that I know of.
Well, how is she doing? Is she hallucinating?
No, they seem to have stopped, but she insists on the delusion that she's pregnant.
Do you know for sure that she isn't?
She keeps a pillow under her shirt.
I see. Well, have you tried to get her to give up the delusion?
We've discussed it in session, but she's held firm. She's taking comfort from the baby. I decided it's best not to force the issue.
Well, it's not unheard of for a female mental patient to fake a pregnancy.
Doctor, I'll be curious to get your assessment of her condition. She's in there waiting. Good luck.
Thank you. I'll let you know what I find out.
All right.
Kevin, come in. Excuse my eating, but I have to finish my lunch. I'm eating for two now, you know.
So I heard. How do you feel?
I think I've gotten through the worst of the morning sickness.
That's good. And they're treating you well here?
I'm their most famous serial killer, so of course I'm getting A-list treatment.
You said you needed to see me. What can I do?
My problem is I'm locked up in this place and I'm not crazy. I need you to help me get out of here.
I don't care if it's not on the menu. I want crab louis for the lady and me. If the chef doesn't know how to make it, I'll go into the kitchen and show him myself.
Well, guests aren't allowed in the kitchen, sir.
Then I'll buy this hotel. Go into the kitchen as the new owner, show the cook how to prepare crab louis, then fire the both of you. Comprenez-vous?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, the lady would like to start with some coffee. Plenty of cream and sugar.
Right away.
Black, please.
Whatever you want.
No cream and sugar?
I've changed.
You still love crab louis, don't you?
I haven't had it in years.
I see. You couldn't bring yourself to share our favorite dish with anyone else but me. That's sweet.
Actually, it brings up such bad memories, the thought of eating it makes me ill.
Well, I can order you something else.
D.B., I didn't come here to break bread with you.
Ah, it was my scintillating company you desire.
Hardly.
Well, then, what need of yours can I satisfy?
My curiosity. Why are you here? And why are you trying to destroy Lucy Coe and Scott Baldwin? Are you doing this to my friends because they are my friends?
Evelyn, that's what I like so much about you. You always bring so much imagination to your work.
You didn't answer my question, D.V. Are you here because of me?
No. I didn't know you were in Port Charles. Running into you was a fringe benefit.
Then why?
I came here because your friend, Lucy Coe's dress designs were stepping on my new collection, and you know how I am about competition. I don't like it, plain and simple.
There's nothing plain and simple about you.
Julie, I can't get you out of here.
If you start treating me, you'll see that I'm not crazy, then you could recommend they let me go.
Even if I could prove that you don't belong here, you wouldn't go free. If you're declared mentally competent, you'll have to stand trial for murder.
I know that.
And if you're found guilty, then you'll more than likely get the death penalty.
I'm willing to take that risk.
Julie.
I will not spend the rest of my life cooped up in this hospital. I can't even afford to spend 3 more months here.
Why?
I have to get out before I deliver the baby.
Because?
Because if the baby is born here, they will take her away and give her to someone else. And I won't let that happen to her. I want to make sure that my daughter has what I never had. A safe home and a loving mother.
How do you know it's a girl?
I know.
Have you had tests done?
I know.
Does she speak to you?
Kevin, if I told you a 6-month-old fetus was speaking to me, then I would be crazy. But I'm not. I'm sane. I know the world for what it is. I realize Gray Cooper is not my brother. He kidnapped me and brainwashed me into thinking I was Marcia Cooper. And I know I did terrible things when Cooper had me act out the murders from your book. Maybe I shouldn't tell you this, but there are nights where I lie awake and wonder what would have happened if you had never written General Homicide.
Yeah, I have nights like that, too.
Greg Cooper is crazy. He still would have gone after Victor and you, but he just might not have used me as his instrument.
I think you're right. And that's why I believe that you can't be held accountable for your actions.
Yes, and if by that you mean that I have to spend the rest of my life in this place, then I want to be held accountable. I mean, even if it means a trial, even if it means being found guilty, I would rather be dead than stay here. Help me. Treat me. I think you owe me at least that much.
Couldn't you fudge these hours a little bit? You're my supervisor. It would be easy.
Oh, Scott, it may be easy for you to break the law, but it isn't for me.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying until I can clean up this Bordizzo mess, it would be easy if you would just...
If I would just lie about when you did them? Scott, I won't do that.
Fine. I'll handle it myself then.
Well, how?
I don't know. Right now, this Bordizzo thing is on my mind. Until I can get this settled, that's it.
Scott, you don't even know how you're going to deal with this man.
Well, okay, for starters, you know, I'll dig up the dirt on him, and then I'll just feed it out to the press.
Oh, Scott.
Lee, this guy conned us into getting into business with him. Then he squashed us like some cockroach, you know? He lied to me. He's spreading lies all over town about us. Lucy is devastated. You saw Serena. She's like close to tears here, all right? Don't you think I have a right to be angry?
Oh, of course you have a right to be angry. But anger that is not tempered with sound judgment is just wild and blind. It'll end up doing more harm than good.
I have given this plenty of thought.
You have?
Yes.
Oh, have you thought about what it really is that has you so fired up here?
I just told you.
Oh, you're concerned about your family.
Yes.
Now, I think that what's really sticking in your craw is the fact that one of your competitors has managed to get the better of you, and now you're rushing headlong into one-upping him back.
We're talking about justice.
No, we're talking about payback.
All right, fine. You think whatever you want. You always do.
Scott, please, there's nothing worse than a hot-headed man who is filled with a bloodlust for revenge. There's nothing worse than that.
Well, I'm gonna go, all right? Look after Serena. Now, you report me to the judge if you want. But I'm gonna go take care of this. All right, because I'm gonna make sure that this guy does not mess with my family anymore. Goodbye.
Did I ever tell you how concerned I was about being a good father when I first married his mother?
Oh, honey, that's understandable. Scotty was a little boy. He'd never had any sort of father in his life until you came along.
I know, and I did the very best I could. But then when he went away to college, I thought, now I can stop worrying about him. I mean, he's grown. He's on his own. Of course, the truth is you never quit worrying about your kids no matter how old they get.
I do remember how anxious you were about Scott when Laura left him for Luke.
He just became so cynical and conniving. He'd lost his moral compass. I wasn't sure he'd ever find his way back.
Well, he did with Dominique.
Only she was still alive.
But you have to admit that he's done a wonderful job raising Serena.
Yes, so far, but I'm afraid he is slipping back into that self-centered, self-indulgent behavior that he exhibited before Dominique came along.
Why? What's the matter?
Honey, he is consumed with a passion for revenge against this David Bordiso. I just have the feeling that he's going to do anything to get it.
Do you think he's acting that way because of Lucy? I mean, they were certainly, well, a bad influence on each other in the past.
Well, I don't know. I'm just worried about Serena. If Scott has lost his sense of right and wrong again, how is she ever going to develop a decent set of values?
Well, she'll still have you and me.
Honey, do you think Scotty is the way he is because of me?
What are you saying?
Well, there were times after his mother died when he needed me, and I wasn't there. I mean, I was so wrapped up in my work. I was trying so hard not to wrap myself around a bottle.
Oh, Lee. Scott saw the struggle that you were having with alcoholism. He also saw you overcome it. And in my book, winning that battle, well, that just takes a lot of character. And all the fights that you may have had during those years, you always showed him honesty and integrity and unconditional love. You were the only father that he ever had. And quite honestly, I don't think he could have asked for a better one.
Julie wants to stand trial?
She wants out of here, and that's the only way.
What's your opinion of her condition?
For the most part, she was cogent, logical. But then there's that pillow under her shirt. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if she's a crazy person trying to act sane, or a sane person trying to act crazy.
We're going to have to be careful with Dr. Collins. He's very observant and very clever. But then so am I.
Ah, crab Louie. Now, that wasn't so hard, was it?
No, sir.
Dig in.
I told you I don't eat that anymore.
No, that's right. Bad memories. How about this one time as a favor to me? We go back such a long way.
How about a favor for a favor?
No, that depends. What do you have on your mind?
Leave Scott Baldwin and Lucy Coe alone.
That's it?
That's it. Let Scott and Lucy manufacture their own dresses without any complications from you. Truthfully, I can't believe you went to such great lengths to ruin them. I mean, they're such small competitors, and you're...
Such a giant?
Yes.
My sweet Evelyn, I'm a long time out of Sunday school, but I remember vividly that it was that little runt, David, who slew the giant Goliath. I make it a practice to keep my competitors in line, no matter how small they are, and I've done my homework. Lucy Coe did a hell of a job turning around Jack's Cosmetics, and Scott Baldwin is a mountain of cash to draw on, so they're far from small potatoes in my book. But your suggestion, that intrigues me. You want me to leave Scott and Lucy alone?
Yes, I do.
Maybe I should leave town while I'm at it?
Well, actually, there wouldn't be anything keeping you here.
You're going to a hell of a lot of trouble to help these people, but you're not the altruistic type. They don't know about you, do they?
Thanks to Lucy Coe, the whole town knows I used to be an escort.
And yet, here you are, happy and eager to help her out. I bet she doesn't know the whole story. You ran away from me before, Eve. But leaving like that didn't change what happened between you and me. Nothing ever will. Company.
Oh, fantastic.
I told you not to look. Scott Baldwin, as I live and breathe. How are things going? Is the charming Miss Coe here, too?
No. It's just me and you.
And Eve? Oh, this is a good cop, bad cop thing, isn't it? Eve comes in first to butter me up, then you appear, guns ablazing.
I didn't know Eve was going to be here.
Really?
Lickman, 5563. Lickman, 5563.
I thought we settled this nonsense last night.
I thought so too, Joe, but this morning I started getting phone calls. And every time I answered, the person hung up. Finally, I dialed star 69, and it was a woman.
And from this, you're accusing me of seeing a redhead.
No. She answered with the name of the bar that she was at. And when I told her why I was calling, she hung up on me again. So I went down to that bar and I investigated, Joe. The bartender there said that there was a red-headed woman who had been making phone calls all day. He overheard her talking to another guy saying she was trying to call her boyfriend.
So you're interrogating me? For God's sakes, Karen, I am not the boyfriend.
Thanks for everything.
You're welcome.
Dr. Phillips to obstetrics. Dr. Robin Phillips to obstetrics.
Ready for lunch?
I can't make it. I have a patient waiting.
Oh, do you want me to pick you up something anyway?
That would be great.
Anything in particular?
Whatever looks good.
So who's that woman?
What woman?
Oh, that pretty redhead just now.
You mean Penny Taylor? Her son was here overnight, anaphylactic shock.
And you're already on a first-name basis?
Yeah, she says it makes her feel old to be called Mrs. Taylor.
So she's married?
Jeez.
What?
The pretty redhead. You thought you were catching me with my phantom girlfriend, didn't you? The one who called the house the other day?
No, I didn't say that, Joe.
But you were thinking.
Maybe.
She's a patient's mother, that is all.
Sorry.
She's really getting old, Karen.
Joe, do you think that you could sneak away after this paper and go down the recovery room with me?
So we can rehash what we already rehashed? I don't have time for this. I have to get back to work.
What about Port Charles National? Any luck?
Yeah. Ken checked and found out that Marcia Cooper closed her account at the end of last week.
Damn it. You know, I was this close to linking Courtney to that account. She must have sensed that I was zeroing in on her. Moved that cash.
I'm 2 steps ahead of you, Ramsey.
At least I got to tell her at the bank to identify a picture of Courtney as Marcia Cooper. With any luck at all, I'll be able to prove that Courtney stole Julie's money.
You're a tough guy to find, Bordizzo. Been looking all over town for you.
No, I'm sorry. I had no idea. I've been checking on a plant out west. Keep a close eye on my factories. I want to make sure everything's up to snuff.
Oh, I thought you just slithered out of town like a snake. After you set us up with that child labor mess. You know what? I think that I'm going to join you.
Actually, we were just...
Please do. You know, Scott, I must admit, I was very disturbed to find out what's been going on with the Serena line.
No. I bet.
There's a great temptation in the garment industry to do anything you can to get your product out quickly. It's unfortunate that you and Ms. Coe couldn't resist the lure of cheap labor.
Knock it off before I come over there and stick my foot right up your... Scott.
Eve, you don't have to defend me. I can handle this. I expected more of you, Baldwin, than to go around trying to blame others for your business mistakes.
I got a little news flash for you. I'm going to prove that it was your factory in Indonesia that made those dresses.
This is for the ladies' benefit. Because you and I both know that I came to town, I made you an offer, you declined, I moved on.
Yeah, no, what I do know is that you've been sabotaging us right from the get-go.
Look, Baldwin, I'll admit that I came to town to see if you and Miss Coe would offer me any competition.
We did. That's why you're trying to screw us up.
You know, but the beauty part of this whole situation is, for me, I didn't have to lift a finger. The two of you together ruined yourself, by yourselves.
You know, you may have gotten away in life, screwing with other people's lives, but that's not going to happen here, because I'm going to see you in hell before I let that happen. How about that?
Aren't you reading the newspapers? You're the one that decided that child labor was the way to bring out the Serena line, not me.
I will prove that you're behind this, don't worry.
You will, huh? Should I worry? Let me think. No, I won't. Well, I have to run. Can't tell you how much fun it's been going over old times like this, but I have work to do.
Yeah, well, you know what? I have work to do, too. I am not done with you, not by a long shot.
I'm all a Twitter. You coming, Eve?
No.
Suit yourself. Lovely lunch. Let's do it again sometime.
This guy's behind this, and I'm going to prove it.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why are you siding with him?
I'm not.
Really? Well, it looked that way when I walked in here.
Listen, I came here to get DV away from the Serena line.
Now, why would you do that? Because last time you told me that you weren't very close anymore.
Look, I am not going to relate my past relationship with DV to you again.
That answer's not good enough.
How dare you?
Well, let's see. You moved to the lighthouse because you're afraid of this guy, right? All of a sudden, I come in here and you're drinking wine, you're having crab Louie, you're holding hands.
This was not a social outing, Scott.
I think you're holding something back.
You know what's wrong with this picture? I made a mistake trying to help a friend.
Hey.
Hey.
So you're here for the good food or the good company?
Actually, I could use both.
What's the matter?
I just let my imagination run wild.
Care to elaborate?
Yeah, just now I saw Joe talking with an attractive woman, and...
And you thought it was the woman who kept calling the other day and hanging up?
Yeah. And, when I questioned Joe about it, he nearly tore my head off.
Well, you know Joe, he's as sweet as they come, except when he's not.
It was my fault, really. I mean, she was just the mother of a patient. I was getting really paranoid.
Yeah, but don't be so hard on yourself. With all that's happened, the 900 numbers on your phone bill, finding women's panties in Joe's car, who wouldn't be paranoid?
But if the situation were reversed, I would be devastated if Joe didn't trust me.
Karen, you're not overreacting. If Joe found this kind of stuff pointing at you with another guy, I'd be advising him to watch you like a hawk.
You would?
Sure. But you'd never run around on Joe. I'll tell you what, if I see any redhead around my brother, I'll let you know.
Redhead? How did you know the woman was a redhead? I didn't say that.
Joe must mention it. Rest assured, if I see a redhead anywhere in the vicinity of my little brother, you'll be the first to know.
Gee, thanks, Frank. That makes me feel so much better.
Oh, that lying, thief-stealing coyote.
What? What has he done now?
He's back in town.
Bordiso's back in town?
Yep.
Where is he?
Right here in this hotel.
We're gone. We gotta get him.
Wait. I already just went and talked to him.
You did? What'd you do to him? Isn't he in 10,000 pieces, right? He said.
No. He's sticking to his story. He says we're the ones that are responsible for hiring those kids down in Indonesia.
Call of that man. All right. That's it. We're pulling out all stops in this investigation of his past. We're going to do whatever it takes, however much money we have to spend. I want to find out any lie he's told, any cheating he's done. I'm going to tell the press and have them spread it to the world what a really big cheat and a big liar he is.
Well, his lunch companion didn't think that. She thinks we ought to leave him alone.
Who? Who was he eating with?
Eve.
What the heck was Eve doing eating with David Bordiso?
That's what I'd like to know.
Hey.
Hey.
Whoa. You back for good or just an afternoon quickie?
No joking today, okay? I'm not in the mood.
Sounds like someone could use a martini.
Yeah, actually, I could use a martini. However, I'm on call, so you make one for yourself and I'll live vicariously through you.
What's the matter? Dr. Collins mixed the darks with the whites?
This isn't about Kevin. It's about Scott.
Baldwin? Don't tell me you've seen him again.
No, I'm not.
No. Finally, a glimmer of sanity braced the surface.
I'm having this meeting with D.V. Bordiso to help Scott. When all of a sudden Scott bursts into the restaurant, and before I can explain what I'm doing there, he accuses me of being in cahoots with D.V. I mean, come on, where does he get off? We're not even seeing each other anymore. If I want to have lunch with Saddam Hussein, then who is Scott to criticize me? Are you going to say anything?
Really want to know what I think?
Yes, I do.
Well, judging by the intensity of your reaction, I'd say you still have feelings for Scott.
It is just so obvious that Eve is not telling us everything.
Yeah, but why would she keep anything from me? I mean, after everything I've done for her, I mean, for crying out loud, I still made her go to jail for obstruction of justice, covering for that, in the Devlin murder mess.
Wait. I thought that was all settled. I thought you just had to finish up a little community service time.
Well, there's this Bordiso thing. I haven't put in any time. Now the judge is threatening to throw me in jail if I don't finish it as soon as possible.
Scott, then you need to do that.
Well, no, don't worry your pretty little head, okay? I will take care of it. This Bordiso mess is more important. Now, here's what Eve is claiming, okay? She's saying she's trying to get him off our backs. However, I think something is very, very fishy.
Good. Finally, you are starting to see the real Eve.
Oh, no, wait a minute, Lucy. Let's not get carried away here.
You just wait and think about it. Eve allowed you to cover for her during the Devlin murder investigation because that was to her advantage, don't you see? Now, we're out there. We need help. We're exposed with no help. She needs to give us information, but she's not doing it because it's not to her advantage. Listen, I ran into Kevin the other day before we went to see Kevin and Eve at the lighthouse, and I told him the feeling I have about this bad connection that exists between D.V. and Eve. And don't you see now, all of this confirms what I was feeling.
What did Kevin say?
Well, what could he say? Nothing. But I looked in those eyes of his, and I could see that deep down, he knew I was right. I think Eve has a lot more skeletons in her closet than any of us ever imagined.
You are so wrong about Scott and me.
You're over him.
Completely.
And in total bliss with Kevin.
Yes.
Then why are you here bending my ear when you could be pouring your heart out to the intrepid Dr. Collins?
Habit, I guess.
Habit.
This place is like a refuge for me. I can come over and confide in you, and I know that you're not going to judge me about my past with DV or my relationships. I don't have to explain myself to you.
Well, if you're tired of the third degree from Collins and Baldwin, why don't you move back in here with me? A great view, finest of accommodations, ready and willing ear, available for bending anytime. Plus the added bonus of seeing me scampering around in my boxers. I know what a turn on that is for you.
Yes, the boxer shorts part sounds very tempting, but I'm very happy at the lighthouse.
Well, your loss.
Come on. Like you'd want to have me scampering underfoot while you're trying to score with Courtney.
Courtney who?
Oh, thanks a lot.
Come on. You think she's hot, and you know it.
Oh, she can't make me laugh the way you do.
Come on, it's not like we're never going to see each other again. I'll be around here enough to bug you. Besides, you are my best friend.
Am I?
Absolutely. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just, never heard you say that before. Eva, I feel the same way.
Chris Ramsey, do you have a thing for our little Miss Eve?
Hey, I know what you're going through. My brother can be mule-headed when he wants to be. And as a matter of fact, it wouldn't surprise me if Joe got to the point where he didn't say anything to anyone. It's the introvert in him.
Something bothers me. I want to discuss it until it's settled.
Well, then I suggest if you ever need to speak to an open-minded, caring, understanding Scanlon brother, you know where to find me.
Be careful, Frank. I might just take you up on that offer.
Anytime.
Dr. Christopher Mullen to orthopedics.
Hello. Here's your lunch.
Hey. Karen, this is Penny, Aaron, Jack Taylor, everyone. This is Dr. Wexler.
Oh, Dr. Wexler, it's so nice to finally meet. Although I feel like I know you already. Joe has just gone on and on about you, so...
He has.
Mom, I'm hungry.
Okay. I better go. Thanks for everything. And no offense, but I hope I won't be back for a long time.
Me too.
Okay, guys, let's go. Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Dr. Monique Adams to cardiology.
Are you satisfied?
How do I know you two didn't rent those kids from Central Casting? I'm kidding. Totally kidding. I feel terrible that I let my imagination run wild.
What is it going to take for you to trust me?
I do trust you.
As long as I never talk to another red-headed woman for the rest of my life. Karen, it is not enough to say that you trust me, but you have to mean it.
We can just find out what Eve knows. Then we can get the goods on Bordiso, hold it over his head, and clear our good names.
Finally, I feel so good because you're getting it. You're trying to understand what I've been saying about Eve all along.
Oh, come on. Just because she's holding something back doesn't make her the enemy.
I didn't say that.
You've never said that.
No, not today. I didn't say that.
Well, not yet today.
Okay, Mr. Idea Man. What's the plan, then? We've got to find the key to all of this, but Eve isn't going to tell us, so what are we going to do?
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We got to start looking at new places.
Okay, I'm in. Where?
Bordiso's stomping grounds. Pack your bags. We're going to the Big Apple.
What are you listening to?
The pounding of Chris Ramsey's lovesick heart.
You want to explain that?
I've been listening to him all afternoon, and I'm sure he has a big old crush on Eve Lambert. Here, take a listen.
Where are you going?
Back to the lighthouse.
I thought you could stay for dinner, you know? Some video game action, martinis in between.
Oh, come on. You know I'm on call. Besides, you just want to get me blotto so you could take advantage of me.
Oh, why don't you face the facts? I'm the man of your dreams.
You're right, you are. And since you are, I better go, because if I don't, your animal magnetism might cause me to do things I might regret later.
Word isn't regret. It's rejoice.
He keeps making comments like that. He pretends to be joking, but you can hear how he really feels.
He's hooked. Big time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever your deep, dark secret, D.V. Bordiso is, none of my business.
Well, that was one of the bleakest moments in my life, and I would just as soon never talk about it again.
From this moment on, his name never passes my lips.
Good. Okay. Thanks. I'll see ya.
Okay, remember, door's always open, and the bed sheets are always turned down.
Oh, that's comforting. Thanks.
Bye.
What's up with Eve and this D.V. Bordiso guy?
I don't know. He's a famous fashion designer. But with Chris so taken with Eve, and Eve so spooked by Bordiso, it might be worth looking into.
Definitely.
You know, Frank, this information couldn't have come at a better time. We needed a new way to get at Chris. I heard him telling his PI he thinks he can prove I posed as Marcia Cooper at the bank.
The account is closed. The money is gone. Ramsey has nothing.